All right, everybody. Hey, how are you guys doing today? Today is Wednesday. It's hump day. What? Feeling good about that. I know you guys are too. I got this new setup. I got a phone holder and I got this really cool light fixture that hooks onto my phone that is really bright. And I just got home from doing a job today. We did a block wall job. I'll put some pictures up here. Had an awesome day. We nailed it. Besides the dust and all the crap that concrete can create, oh man, we do some pretty good work, and we leave the project feeling pretty good, especially today. Yeah, we don't do block very much. We usually do driveways, sidewalks, patios, that sort of thing. So garage floors. This was pretty cool. Well, my friends, today I have a bit of a different message for you guys. A lot of times we feel like we have to be motivated to stay sober. And man, I gotta tell you, the other day I was thinking about something while I was making that video that I made, and I thought a lot about motivation before action. And I thought about all the times in my life where I need to feel motivated to do something, and it's almost 100% of the time. Like, when do you do something when you don't feel motivated? Like, you have to be motivated to do something. Like, eat a meal. Like, you have to be motivated to cook, or you have to be motivated to eat a certain kind of food, or you have to go and do a certain thing. And I don't act a lot of my life without being motivated. I need to be motivated to do stuff. And I thought about the times when I am not motivated to do stuff and I still do it. Like, I instinctively and instinctually eat every day at around 11:30 or noon. We will go to lunch, and whether I'm hungry or not, I eat because I know my body needs it, and I know if I'm going to get through the next couple hours that I need to do that. Staying sober is a lot of the same thing, because there are a lot of days where I'm tired, something goes wrong, I'm irritated, I'm bored, I'm lonely, I'm all those things. When motivation does come, it's one of the biggest things that we need in our lives to do things, I think. It's a really good attribute to have, to be motivated and to not be a procrastinator. I know a lot of procrastinators in my life, and the procrastination is just such a bad thing to have in your life. And I think one of the biggest mistakes that we make in our recovery is believing that we have to constantly be inspired, or motivated. We don't. We don't. And think about everything else that you can do in your life that doesn't require us to be motivated to do it. And I would encourage you guys to do that, because that's where we are going to feel more inspired to do the next right thing. And recovery eventually becomes like that, because some things need to be done right away and some things can wait. But think about the times that you don't need to be motivated and you're still able to do things. And just thinking about things in a different way, right? Like, motivation is something that people think a lot about, like, motivated to do this, motivated to do that. But you can do life without being motivated. You can stay sober without being motivated to do so. I promise. It's just such a different way of looking at things, and I've really come into a lot of information and understanding by way of these videos that I've been doing lately, because you're getting a pretty well unedited layout of what I do in my own life to succeed in recovery. Yesterday, Monday, I celebrated 15 years clean from drugs, illegal drugs, and that was a big milestone for me. Of course, I'm motivated to keep staying sober and keep that sober streak alive, but it's not really motivation that drives me. It's just doing the next right thing and having in my mind an outlook and a mindset and a way and a path forward that doesn't involve drugs. So yes, I'm motivated not to use, but my recovery doesn't rely on motivation. It requires and it relies on my action. My action is what's going to allow me to stay sober. What I do, not the motivation to do it, but what I do, how I do it, why I do it, when I do it, who I do it with, those sorts of things.
A few moments later.
So, man, I've been going through a really tough time lately. This summer will probably be chalked up as one of the more difficult times in my life. And as you guys know, and those of you who have been on the channel for a while, you guys really know that I really go through it sometimes. It just, life does not seem to open the door for much ease for me at all. I mean, there were times in my life that were easygoing, but I was either dealing with alcoholism, I was either dealing with a bad relationship, I was either dealing with my mom, I was always dealing with people, places, and things, and those things are never going to change. But I'm just looking forward to the next chapter in my life, and I think that's going to begin soon. Unfortunately and fortunately, things have come to a tipping point in my marriage. That means that a new chapter has to begin for me. And yes, I'm close to my kids, and I really enjoy being close to my kids. But I think my happiness and my sanity and my recovery requires me to spread my wings a little bit. And I've been with the same person for 16 years now, and it's been a really long journey. I'm just a part of a two-part marriage here. I'll take responsibility and I'll take my licks for the things that I've done. Obviously, being an alcoholic for the majority of our marriage probably didn't help things, but the fact that I was able to change, stay sober, get clean, go to college, try to provide the best that I can. I messed up a few times here and there. I'd lose a job here or there, or I'd get fired, or I'd quit, or I'd go through a mental, health crisis, every 4 or 5 years, and that was too much for her to handle. And marriage isn't something that I look at even seriously now. I've been divorced twice now, and both times it was because of me. Because of my first marriage ended and dissolved because I was an addict, right? I got put in jail for a robbery, and that was the perfect time for my first wife and her parents to say, well, we need to get out of here. So I got divorced, never saw her again. And this time I'm told that I've changed. And yeah, you're darn right, I have changed. In 2019, I had an alcohol-induced seizure, and I almost lost my life. It scared me straight. I quit drinking. I looked at my life, and I started to think, is this my life? Is this going to be my life forever? I'm with somebody who doesn't appreciate me, seemingly doesn't love me for me, wants me to be this other person, wants me to do all these things, jump out through all these hoops to become somebody that her parents like more and that she likes more, and I should look like this and act like this and do that. That's not me. I mean, I'm not going to cut my hair and put on a polo shirt and be preppy like I was 10 years ago, because that's not who I am. I mean, I've changed. I want this video to hit home for those people who have been through something before, because I'm in talks right now with somebody, and I'm not going to share much, but this person has been through same or similar of things that I've been through. And I think those situations and experiences that other people are sharing with us and that have been through and actually can connect with me through these videos is really super important. And not only through my videos, but through just conversation, because I think our experiences matter. And a lot of times our emotions and our feelings tell us to just keep it inside. And luckily I built a channel where other people have felt comfortable enough to share with me, their experiences, which in turn helped me and helps me. So that's why I make these videos, and that's why I talk about recovery. That's why I talk about my life, and that's why I tell you what's going on, because I'm basically putting down a video record or a written record on what the heck is going on in my life, because sometimes I feel like people would not believe me if I told them what has happened to me. I mean, it's just insane. It is insane some days. And honestly, if I wasn't sober today, I would have a lot of reasons to drink or do drugs or to be a bad person or to be abusive or to be a neglective or to be neglectful or to be this or to be that or to be this or to be that. But I'm not those things because I'm sober. And I like my life. I love my life. I love those people that are supportive of me being me and that support me unconditionally. Because let me tell you a little something about conditional love. I have and have had numerous people that have loved me, but then as soon as times got hard, things got tough, I change, they change. All of a sudden, well, I love you, but I don't really want to be with you anymore. Or I love you, but I'm just going to keep you over here until I need you or until you start to act better. After high school, I had this really good friend named Alan Kohler, and he joined the Marine Corps. And he went off to the Marine Corps. I tried to get in with him, and I couldn't get in, and I couldn't get through MEPS because of my hearing problem. And he swore in. He got to be a Marine. He went into 2nd Force Recon, which is basically a MARSOC, right? Marine Corps Special Operations. and he got in. He was this big Marine and this big dude, and here I am, just a lonely nobody. That's how I feel, right? And I'm a lonely nobody. I ended up robbing a pharmacy, and I never talked to him again. He never talked to me again. People have disowned me because of one mistake that I made, one mistake, and I've lost lifelong friends because of mistakes that I've made. I feel like that's conditional love, and I feel like those people don't really grasp the concept of what it means to love somebody, or to be friends with them, or to care, or to concern, or to have a care or concern. I feel like there are people in my life, things are going well, and I have a job, and I this and that, and everything's going well. But as soon as I hit any kind of hard patch, or I get any kind of rough patch, or I end up in treatment, or this or that, all of a sudden, it's back on the merry-go-round. Don't you think in those times when I'm at my lowest, I would need the support the most? You sure would think so, but those people, they supply what's called conditional support, conditional love, and that's because they aren't able or willing or know how to offer that. And that's sad. It really truly is, because I go through my life just wishing and praying that some people in my life would just see the fact that I've been hurt so many times in my life that now when something like this happens, I'm not even really fazed anymore. I want to move on. I want to get on with my life. I want to be who I want to be, and I don't want to have to apologize for that. If I'm sober and I'm living a productive, good life, and I'm not hurting anybody, including myself, I just don't see what the hoopla is, what the big hubbub is all about. Like, I'm just me. I've had a lot of people tell me that, Jesse, you're a great guy, but your mental health really is just sometimes too much for me to take. And I think to myself, I'm like, well, yeah, yeah, me too. Like, sometimes it's too much for me too, and I have a hard time accepting the fact that I have a lot of ups and downs in my life, and that I'm not taking drugs or alcohol or prescriptions to make myself leveled out, and I'm not doing all that because I want to be me. I want to be unadulterated, unedited, unfiltered, raw me. And if that's too much for some people, adios. I'll find some more people. I'm sure I will. I found my sister Heidi, which is an amazing gift from God, and I'm so blessed to have her in my life. I can't begin to tell you some of the things that I have come to find out about her, about everything. I'm blessed. I'm totally and utterly blessed. And so that's kind of where I'm at today. Again, I share these things not to put a bad light on anybody or say anybody's bad or this or that. I kind of choose my words carefully, if you will, and I'm not here to tell anybody anything that I don't want known. This is I'm an open book. At some point, you're going to see that I am probably going to move from where I'm at now, and I'm going to be moving into my own place. Hopefully I can find somebody to split an apartment with, or half of a house or something. But I am ready to have some windows, some light in my life, and I'm really tired of being under the thumb of people who really truly don't care about me or my future, or where I've been, or where I'm going. And so here's a reminder for you guys to think about this next time you're out and about, and when you're thinking about life, right? Don't confuse a bad day or a bad situation with a bad life. Don't make that connection, right? So if you've had a bad or a terrible day sober, that doesn't mean that your life is going to therefore be bad, or that you should continue to use, or go back to using rather, in order to try to, nullify the bad day. Because once you go back to using again, you're then sucking what's left out of them good days bone dry, and you're not going to have very many good days if you go back to using. Okay, when you feel that motivation to do things, do it, but learn to try to learn and teach yourself and be motivated, right, to act without the motivation to act. Try to make things second nature. Impulsively do the next right thing, and your life is going to clear up. You're going to have ups and downs. Feel motivated to stay sober. Just do it. Make it second nature. Put it into the playbook and get it done. I'm going to edit this up and send it out, and I can't begin to tell you guys how much I appreciate the support on this channel. Onward, upward from here, Lefty, out.